helping you find your happiness. Can humans truly multitask? Today we're examining a topic that's probably affected all of us at some point: the idea of multitasking. We're going to explore whether humans can truly multitask and if it actually helps us accomplish more in the same amount of time. Now picture this. You're sitting at your desk, trying to finish a report while simultaneously answering emails, checking your phone notifications, and maybe even attempting to have a conversation with your coworker. Sound familiar? We all think we're being super productive by juggling multiple tasks at once. But are we really? Let's start by defining what we mean by the term multitasking. In essence, it's the attempt to perform two or more tasks concurrently. Seems simple enough, right? Well, not quite. Stick around because in just a few minutes, I'm going to reveal a shocking statistic about multitasking that might make you rethink your entire work strategy. Now let's dig into the science behind multitasking. Neuroscientists have been studying this phenomenon for years, and what they've discovered is pretty fascinating. It turns out that what we think of as multitasking is actually something called task switching. Our brains aren't really doing multiple things at once. Instead, they're rapidly switching between tasks. But this constant switching comes at a cost. Each time we shift our attention from one task to another, there's a cognitive cost. It's like a mental gear change, and it takes time and mental energy. This is what psychologists call switching cost. Remember that teaser I mentioned earlier? Well, here it is. Studies have shown that multitasking can reduce productivity by as much as 40%. That's right. By trying to do more, we might actually be accomplishing less. Pretty mind-blowing, isn't it? But why does this happen? It all comes down to how our brains are wired. The human brain is incredibly powerful, but it's not designed for true multitasking. When we try to focus on multiple tasks at once, we're actually dividing our brain's resources, which can lead to decreased performance across all tasks. Think about it like this. Imagine you're a juggler. You can keep 3 balls in the air pretty easily when you're focused. But what happens when someone starts throwing more balls at you? Eventually, you're going to drop some, right? Our brain works in a similar way when we try to juggle multiple tasks. Now, you might be thinking, but wait, I multitask all the time, and I feel like I'm getting more done. And you're not alone in feeling that way. Multitasking can give us a sense of accomplishment and even a bit of an adrenaline rush. It's like we're mental superheroes, conquering multiple challenges at once. But the reality is often different from our perception. Let's look at a common scenario. Writing a report while checking emails. Every time you switch from your report to your inbox, you're not just losing the few seconds it takes to change windows, you're also losing the mental momentum you had built up while working on your report. When you switch back, you need to recall where you were, what you were thinking, and what you were planning to do next. All of this takes time and mental energy, and it can be frustrating trying to remember where you were with each task. So if multitasking isn't the answer, what is? The alternative is something called single tasking or monotasking. It's exactly what it sounds like, focusing on one task at a time. This approach allows you to give your full attention to each task, potentially improving both the quality of your work and your overall productivity. But let's be real. In today's fast-paced world, completely avoiding multitasking might not always be possible. So what can we do to minimize its negative effects? Here are a few strategies. First, try batching similar tasks together. If you need to respond to emails, set aside a specific time to focus solely on that. This reduces the number of times you need to switch between different types of tasks. Second, use the Pomodoro technique. This involves working on a single task for a set period, usually 25 minutes, followed by a short break that is typically for 5 minutes. This structured approach can help you maintain focus and avoid the temptation to multitask. Third, Minimize distractions. Turn off notifications on your phone and computer when you need to focus. Creating a distraction-free environment can significantly improve your ability to single task effectively. Lastly, practice mindfulness. Being more aware of when you're tempted to multitask can help you catch yourself and refocus on the task at hand. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. But what about things like listening to music while working? Isn't that multitasking? Well, not exactly. There are some differences. Some activities, like listening to instrumental music, can actually be done in parallel with other tasks without significant cognitive cost. These are often referred to as background tasks and don't typically interfere with our primary focus. As we wrap up, let's circle back to our original questions. Can humans truly multitask? The short answer is no, at least not in the way we typically think of multitasking. What we're really doing is rapidly switching between tasks, often at the cost of our overall productivity. And does multitasking help you accomplish more in the same amount of time? Again, the evidence suggests that it doesn't. In fact, it might be doing the opposite. So, the next time you find yourself tempted to juggle multiple tasks, remember, your brain works best when it's focused on one thing at a time. By single tasking and managing your time effectively, you might find you can accomplish more with less stress than you did while multitasking. Let us know in the comments, what's your experience with multitasking? Have you compared it with single tasking? And if so, how did it work for you? We're looking forward to hearing your thoughts. Until next time, stay focused and know that multitasking may not be the best tool to increase your productivity. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, share it with your friends so we can bring you more ideas. For more videos like this to help elevate your happiness, hit the subscribe button and click on the notification bell so you get notified of our next post. Thanks for watching.